Hello, Samvit, Siddhant. In that case, what you will be doing?
So can you repeat the question now?
Sure. Under the UN Convention on the Contract for the International Sale of the Gate, what does an offer reach? So they are talking about ki when the offer will consider to be reached to the offering. There are three situations which are there. When I do say communicate can be done in writing and orally. But when you say very specifically that it should be done in writing, in that case, that is a wrong statement. Okay, it it must be made in the writing. Okay, so this is something I'm just crossing mark, even just reading all of the options because this seems very awkward to me. Because ultimately, offer can be made orally, or it can be made through the communication, through the orally or through the writing. Huh? So when they do say very specific that it should be made in writing, in that case, this is the wrong statement that they're putting on. The next two options which are there, that it is communicated to the offeree. Now, for every type of the contact, the offeree will not be keeping agent himself with himself. Huh? So it could be that some of the offer, some of the cases where the agent might not be there. So when it would be considered that offer is reached to the offeree. In that case, when you're making it orally to the offeree. Hana? Hello?
Yes.
हाँ. अभी एक और चीज मैं बोलना चाहूंगा, इट इज मेड ओरली टू द ऑफरी. और अगर ओरली की जगह इफ दिस वुड हैव बीन द कम्युनिकेटेड, this would also be the right statement out of the three options which are presented over here. Okay, either orally or either communicated. Huh? Sometimes you will see that you might not able to call the someone to give the offer. You might not be meeting them in person. In that case, you probably will be sending some fax. You will sending some mail. So this is what you're doing, writingly. So communication will incorporate two other things, that orally or writingly. But out of the option which are available, or the best possible answer that we can give from the scenario or from the understanding would be the A1, because B is not going to be there. C is that when you are going to communicate to the offer agent, but you cannot keep the agent for every task you do. Hana? For example, you have to buy something for 100 rupees. In that case, someone who is going to offer you something, you will not be keeping the agent for the product like you usually buy as an impulse buying. Huh? Understood? Is that clear?
Yes.
Samvit, Siddhant, is there any doubt like why you are so, like why I can feel that you are not active today? Both of you. Is something bothering you? Is there any doubt like or something that you need to change or what?
No, sir.
The context of the paper is more on the theoretical side, so that it does make a boring. But I've been trying to make up this a good course, and I'm just putting all the examples that I could do, keeping this course very realistic at the far good speed. But still, if there is any doubt or anything that you would like to suggest, you can do. But I want your attention in the class, because ultimately, if I'm doing from this side of the camera, so I need both of you to talk to me, because that will enrich the experience that we will be having through the Zoom classes. Huh? Otherwise, there is no sense for me to speak up on the camera and the mic. What I'm doing, if I'm not having an acknowledgement from both of your side, at least I can deserve this acknowledgement from once we are doing a question. I would not be keep saying this again and again. I have been given this work to complete this course, and I have to do this, even if you speak to me or even you do not. But if you gonna speak to me, if you're gonna put your view to me, if you just answer the question to me or either you acknowledge it, so it would become easier for me to deal the course, and I will try to extend this course a little more just to discuss more of the things. Otherwise, the next thing that would be left to me is just to wrap up the course as soon as I can do and complete the kit, one of the kit. This is the best I can do. But Samit, you have already told me that you want a classes a slow way, and you want the discussive one. Huh? So why you not attentive today? And some Siddhant is altogether like in felt like he's not there. He answered correctly. That is so good. That his concept are so good that he clear, because he has passed some of the papers, so he know that how the things work. What is the mindset that required for the ACC papers? But ultimately, Samved and Siddhant, because if you're going to take the classes, so you have to be vocal about. You have to speak about like whether you're understanding the question or not. Because if I'm reading a question and then I'm explaining the few points, then I'm expecting that you to answer me the question, right? The option you I expect you to answer the option from the option answer the option from the available option. It should not be that I'm reading the question and I'm telling the answer. Obviously, it should not be that way. If this is something you have both of the plan, if both of you have planned this way, so please do let me know. I will look forward to complete the course as I can faster that I can do. But what I believe the discussion that we would be having will give us so many experience apart from the syllabus that we do have, and that will help further when we will be approaching the other papers of the ACC as well. But it's up to your choice, because I have been given to assign. Then I will, with all my honesty, I will just try to wrap up the course with ensuring that I will be completing ample of the questions so that you would not be facing any of the things. But this would be my urge or request from both of you to be attentive in the class. Okay. I promise that I will not be speaking of the same thing again. If I would see that there is a no attention which has been given by both of you, in that case, I will be keeping and trying to wrap up the course as soon I can do. But with honesty, just delivering everything which I can do from the course and from the exam kit. Okay. Now it's up to you whether you want to be this more engaging one or just like that. I'm okay with both the way. The next question which we will be doing will be the 62, which talk about which what it is called when one party announced its intention not to honor his agreement before the performance was due. Performance was due, it does mean that there isn't time when the performance will be taken care, when the performance is going to happen. Huh? Honor, not to honor, it does mean that one party is saying that I will not be in a position to perform my obligation. So which one is going to be the answer over here? ABC. It is a fundamental breach, actual breach, or anticipatory breach.
Option A.
Huh, anticipatory. Anticipatory means you are anticipating it. And anticipation, huh? Actual breach means you are breaching it on the day when it should perform. मतलब अभी perform करना था. For example, I have to take a class this morning. I haven't informed you. And if I'm not taking the class, so this is the actual breach, huh? A breach can be actual breach or fundamental breach as well, okay?
Okay, sir.
Why we are taking the class? To give you the lessons, right? But if I'm not going to take the class morning to this morning session, in that case, it is the objective of the class is also not going to be achieved, right? So that is again a fundamental breach. Fundamental breach means we look around all up to what is the objective of the class. If that is not of objective of the context, if that is not going to be achieved, in that case, it is a fundamental breach. Actual breach is that when you're breaching something, when you have to deliver it. Okay. Anticipatory breach when there isn't performance is was due, and when you're before that, you are saying that I will not be able to perform my duties. Okay. Done? Samit, so you will be attempting more of the question from here, okay? Done?
Okay, sir.
Huh. If there would be any questions, so drop me a message in the group or to personal to me as well. That would not be a problem. Just send me the snap and then I will come with the answer, okay? With the explanation as well with the voice note.
Okay,
Is
sir.
it okay? So you just have to complete till here. And you know what are the issues? Like ultimately, if you know the syllabus area that we have covered, or can able to focus on what I've mentioned, that this is an important area, this is something you need to learn. If you can able to work on that, then it would become easier for you to deal with the syllabus area. Hello. If you just
Okay,
look
sir.
around this last question, would you please help me with that with the same? An authorization letter becomes effective at which of the following times under the UN Convention on the Contact for the International Sale of the Goods? So when it would be considered that offer will become effective at which of the following? When the letter is posted to the recipient, when the letter is delivered to the recipient, and when the letter is read by the recipient, or when the offer is accepted by the recipient. So recipient is basically one, will be the buyer, huh? And the sender will be the seller. Okay. So in that case, what will be the answer? When it would be considered that you have conveyed, you have communicated the offer effectively, when it would be considered, when it is delivered, posted, read, or accepted.
Option D.
From seller to buyer, two things can be possible: invitation to treat and offer. Okay, है ना?
Yes.
So it can be either invitation to treat or either it can be the offer. Huh? Now my point or my question to you is that when an offer will be considered from the side of the seller that it is become effective. We are not saying when the offer is become accepted. When the offer is going to be accepted by the recipient, it will make the contract. Huh? So this is what you're saying. You have to look around when the offer will become the effective from the side of the seller, because ultimately it will be the seller who is going to sell. So when the letter is posted to the recipient or when the letter is delivered. Posted, it could possible that you are posting it to some of the wrong address, huh? But once it will mean or will be understood as in deliver, then in that case we will be consider that it has become the effective communicated. It is effectively communicated. Okay. Now they have not mentioned very specifically that who is the recipient. It could possible it can be seller, it can be the buyer as well. Huh? Okay. Because it could possible that buyer might give offer to seller that this quantity I can buy from you at this price. This can be the offer from the buyer as well. Huh? Okay, once the seller will accept this will become the contract. But now, when the buyer would consider himself that he has communicated the offer effectively, it will depend or it will be considered when how well it has been delivered or not. It will not be considered on the posted, because posted there is a possibility that we have posted it onto the wrong address, and when the letter is read by the recipient, in that case we will be read by the recipient. We will not be waiting for the read, right? Hmm? Because ultimately we are
Yes.
looking for when the offer has been become effective, has been sent effective, yeah, communicated effective. So in that case we will be consider when it is delivered. These are more of the things I think you have been vocal about this. Or there was one more thing we were doing this, if I can just show this to you from where I'm just keeping this in a loop. I think not here. The place of business, right? There was one of the question from era. Okay, see, this was a question, Hannah. First one.
Yes.
So if you're reading this book, it will help you in getting most of the things done. There was thing I wanted to discuss here where it is. I think I'm not able to find that correctly, but we have discussed this about the delivery, yeah. So when it is delivered, it would be considered or deemed to be considered, then it is it is effectively communicated to the people to whom we are going to make a transaction. Okay. So Samvit and Siddhant, if you're there, so we will be now I will just giving or hand over this question practice to you. So you will be attempting this question by yourself. Okay. You will see
Okay,
that
sir.
one some of the question would come from here for your section B as well. Those are something we will be doing at the later, huh? So what I'm planning, I should cover the chapter in a sequence, because ultimately you can see that although you are watching the lecture, you're understanding the concept, but probably I think you are not revising it simultaneously, both of you. That why there are certain things which might we are missing on to answer. Samvit has answered some of the question. Siddhant even has answered, but ultimately, like, these was a question which are coming directly from the tech. Like it was about this question. The first one, huh? Exactly the same statement, which is the place of the business. So what I'm thinking, I will be completing on this topic first, and at the last 5 6 days, we will cover one of the kit, including of section B and section A. Okay. Hello, is that okay?
Yes.
So I will be
Yes.
covering the chapters in a sequence. Once we complete all of the chapters, which should have been done by the end of this month, then we will try to attempt the question, and then I will keep this summary note open as well, and then we'll show you that this is coming from here. And okay, so it would become convenient for us, so that we our syllabus would be done. Although we were following this practice as well, attempting the kit as well, that would not have been created a problem. But ultimately, because I'm attempting some of the questions, and these are some of the questions which I'm also taking over here, so I might take a 2 or 3 question, but ultimately we will take the kit at the last. Done.
Okay, sir.
Samvit, are you okay with this?
Yes.
Sorry. Haha. So we'll cover on the chapters first, and then we'll come back. Okay? Now we will learn something from the agency law, cover as much we can do, and then wrap up, and we'll complete on this chapter, and then we'll go to the kit. And once go, and then in a 4 or 5 days, we will complete the kit. So that whatever you just need to do, just revise the lectures and attempt extra practice, and you will be done with the syllabus. Okay? So what is an agency law and partnership law? Agency law. What do you understand by this? Have you studied something like this agency in your previous studies, the commerce studies, 11, 12?
Agencies are like companies
Company. So
or
basically, we can,
different bodies or bodies that make laws.
no worry. I will explain this to you. Agencies basically represent a relationship between agency is in basically known as in the agency relationship, which represent a relationship between the two individual or person. The first one is a principal, and the second one is an agent. Okay. Agent is basically the person who has been hired by the principal, who works for the principal. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Hmm. An agent basically takes some fee to get the work done. Either it might be some of the commission that he will be taking. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Hmm. So what are the things that we will be learning in the partnership? You will see that these 3 4 partners are coming together, and they are running the business all together. Huh? So one, in this partnership, you will see that there are the different types of partnership. The 3 more type of the partnership that you will be learning in inside this side. But when you will learn about the partnership, so they work at the same place. Huh? No one is working under which one or two. Huh? When you are partner in a firm. So agency law will be talking about the principal and agent relationship, which we will be learning. Some of the good marks, easy marks you will be having from this chapter. Other than that, you will see that the partnership is there, which they will be talking about that what are the role of the partner, and one who can become the partner, and what are the different set of the partnership form which are there. Okay. This is basically the syllabus agenda that you will be having. If I just talk around what is the syllabus inside, what is an upheld or depth of the syllabus that you will be learning about. So you will define the role of the agent and give example of such a relationship, paying particular regarding to the partners and company directors, right? The partners and company directors, right? So company directors are basically the one who has been hired by the shareholders, right? Company directors, and they basically run the company on the behalf of shareholders. So who will be the principal on this, and who will be the agent in this case? Hello, there.
Yes, sir.
When I do say that shareholder are the owner of the company and the company directors are being appointed by the shareholders to work on the behalf and to run the company on the behalf of the shareholders. So who is the principal over here and who is the agent over here?
The principal is the shareholder and the company directors are the agents.
That was a tough thing to talk about. Why not coming up with that correctly or little earlier? Even if you're saying something wrong, that is all okay. Huh? We all just go through the same process. It is your first paper, that is okay. We also, I think my condition was all more than worse than yours when I was starting my ECCA. So it all just happened. Huh? You cannot call yourself and keep yourself up. If this is a good time to come and speak about, you have answered it correctly. This whatever you're thinking, whatever your thought process you're putting on, just put it. Okay. Then we will learn about the formation of the agency relationship and how the formation of the agency relationship. For example, it could possible that principal and agent might be working together, but they will not say it openly. Okay. But there's some term and condition text compliance which are there. Okay. This will depend like who will be booking the revenue and all. Considering all of these things, how the formation of the agency relationship is taking place and between who are the one will be the principal and agent. Considering all of these things need to be identified, and this is something we have to learn, like how we can explain how the formation is taking place for the agency relationship. Okay. Then we will learn about the authority of the agent. Means what is an authority? Means the right and responsibility which has been assigned to the agent by the principal. Okay. Now we will learn about if the agent is acting beyond the authority which has been given to them. In that case, what the situation would be. If he is doing something which is out of the scope of his responsibility, in that case, who will be responsible? Who will become the binding on this? Okay. These are the certain things we will be learning about. Then we will learn about the explain the potential liability for both the principal and agent. For example, agent has got into the contract, it will bind the principal. But in what of the cases he will be binding? First of all, second thing, in both of the cases, whether he's acting within the power, whether he's acting outside the power, in both of the cases, what will be the liability of the putting the principal to an agent as well? Allow me a minute, okay? Other than that, you will see that in the second portion of the syllabus, what is happening here? So sorry, guys. So the second portion of the syllabus will be about that demonstrate a knowledge of the legislation governing the partnership. Now you will see, yeah, how the partnership will is going to be governed. Obviously, you cannot leave anything by themselves. Huh? Even in the agency relationship, you will learn about, or I think when you will be learning about your financial reporting or SBR paper, you will see that there is one of the standard that will be talking about the agency relationship, right? That will be talking about the agency. Because ultimately, if agent has been hired by the principal, and agent is the one who is making the sale on the behalf of the principal, in that case, who is going to book the revenue? Because ultimately the revenue which is going to be booked, it will include the fee, it will include the commission that need to be paid to the agent. So if the principal is going to book 100% of the revenue of the sale, in that case he is doing the wrong thing. This is something you will learn in your financial reporting and SBI paper. But for the time being, you must know that there are certain rules that are going to govern how the partnership is taking place, how the partnership is there as an unlimited or limited, and what is the role play, what is the law which is there to deal the issues such as the agency law. Okay, then we will learn about the formation of the partnership, explain the authority of the partner in relations to the partnership activity, and there's a different side of the partnership. You will learn about there is an unlimited partnership, there is a limited partnership. So what are the role play, what is basically the responsibility, what are they going to be authorized? In your unlimited partnership, all partners are liable to pay. Okay, they are unlimited liable to pay. But in your limited partnership, that is an LLP, only one partner need to be unlimited and other partner can be limited. So they are the characteristic of the different partnership, which we're gonna learn. Okay, then we will learn about the liability of the various partnership of the partnership debt. This is something I was explaining you. Partnership debt will be there as a topic inside your liability topic. Okay, when we will be discussing about the liabilities of the partnership, then we'll learn about the termination of the partnership and the partner subsequent right and liabilities. For example, there were three partners in the partnership firm. If one of the partner who is leaving the firm, the two partners will be there. Hana? So will it be considered the dissolution of the firm? Because ultimately the partnership was of the three people. Now the two people only will remain. So this is basically what happened in the normal or general partnership, is that the new or the old partnership comes to the dissolution, the new partnership will start where the two partner will exist. And if there's a new partner is going to add, in that case the old partnership will got themselves dissolved, and whatever the new partner, we will make the new partnership act, a new partnership registered under the name of the four peoples, right? It not like that we are adding or deleting the partner without changing the registration of the document. Huh? Every time there is a new partner, or every time there is a removal of the partner, we will be making a new registration of the firm. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. In international business, it is difficult for the individual to present everywhere he she does business. मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि it is not possible for you to present everywhere wherever you are undertaking your business. For example, you have a organization, so you have people deployed there to work on behalf of you, right? Hana? Because
Yes.
everywhere you cannot go and work. So therefore they may appoint an agent to sign and confirm deal and contact on their behalf. On their behalf means on the behalf of the principal. Okay, the definition of an agent is someone who has been authorized. Authorized means they have given the responsibility and authority either by expressly or by the conduct or by the implication. Sometimes you will see that agent is behaving like an agent when it is not an agent. You will some This is something you will be learning. These are the some of the portion where you will define, or one of the topical area where you will learn about the liability. पूछी जाती है कि liability किसकी रहेगी, तो there you will find that कि someone is working as an agent when they are not an agent. So who will be liable in that case? This is one of the hot question that you will be seeing in the practice question. Okay, sometimes we will say that agent is by the conduct, by their implication, or by expressly. If the expressly is there, in that case the principal is very okay in calling or saying that this is the agent that I've hired. When you will see the conduct, by the conduct, in that case the agent itself conducting themselves in a way that they will be known as in the agent. Okay, third thing is about the implication. In the implication is about like something has been implied. In that case, how implication has been the function you will see, or the implication has given the word known as an implied. Huh? Okay, so either expressly, implied, or conduct. These are the three ways through an agent can be there. On the authority can be passed to the agent, considering all of these three areas, right? And to act for the another party, which is going to be called as in the principal. Is that okay? Therefore, an agent on the authorization of the principal enter into the contract on the principal behalf. Thereby, the agent is not liable to the contract. Rather, it is a liability of the principal. But it is limited. It is limited to where the authority has been given to the agent. अगर agent अपनी authority में काम कर रहा है, And if within the authority which has been given to the agent, if the agent is performing within the authority, and if he's getting any contact, and that too on the behalf of the principal, in that case the liability will be the of the principal. But if anything happens such like that, agent is working beyond their authority or the responsibilities has been given, in that case we will see whether he's worked outward through the authority which has been given. In that case, the agent will himself will be liable, the principal will not be liable for everything he's doing beyond the authority has been given. Sometime we will see that sometime agent is working beyond their authority. If that authority has been approved by the principal, in that case the principal is still be liable. But if the principal is not going to approve the authority on which the agent has worked, in that case the agent will only be the liable. So these are different cases. I am just giving you the mixture of all the expectation what you will be learning inside the syllabus on inside the chapter. But by this time you probably be knowing that what we are going to discuss. There are the three major things we will be learning about: agency, partnership. These are the things. So we are less than a 1 minute now, and I will be keeping today's session till now. Okay. Hello. We will
Okay,
continue
sir.
now onward